Yep.
Green, archetype of endurance. It is 8 for hexproof everything with a 6/5 body, which is never going to be played because it costs way too much, and at that point, either you've won already or what's the point? I
Yeah.
don't like him. It's my least favorite.
Um, I think green has a lot of ramp. I think, maybe if you get a lot of ramp in a sealed pool, you play him. Probably not.
Because, like, what are you going to do with the hexproof? That's the thing.
Exactly.
You can hexproof your Nessie and Asp. That's lovely. Say hello to my said Scorpion.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
I want to give him a 4. I just do. I just
I'm gonna
don't
give
like
him a
him.
3. It's bad. I'm
We'll
not
go.
gonna play him.
We'll go with 3.5 for the worst
Yeah.
archetype.
Aspect of Hydra is the one drop. Instant. Target creature is plus X until end of turn, where X is your devotion to green. That card's insane.
That card is going to see standard play.
Well,
If there is
nah.
a mono green deck.
If there's a mono green deck, yes. But like in draft, it's not gonna be that much better than a giant growth ever. But like giant growth is a really good card in draft. It's a trick that just gets your opponents.
I don't think there is a giant growth in the format, is there?
I don't think so. But this is a really good impression. So 5.5.
Yep, that's at least. Um, where to go?
So I think
Aspect of
giant
Hydra.
giant growth
5.5. Right.
0.5, but whatever.
Let's
I like
see.
giant growth.
Charging Badger.
Best
Hey,
card
is this
ever.
is this the first Badger ever?
No,
No, there
no.
are other Badgers.
There are other badgers.
Well, this one has trample.
This one is insane. This card is a 10. You should play in every deck. Legacy, Modern, Standard, Limited. Every deck you ever play should have Charging Badger in it, in my
Because
opinion.
charging badgers are awesome.
Yeah, because tribal badgers, but really don't play this card. Um,
Yep. This is the kind of card where, like, if you know you're not facing somebody with removal, you can start, like, dumping shit on this and Voltroning it because trample, but no.
this is the kind of card I'm going to play once because badgers.
I'm going to play it whenever I get a foil one. I'm going to wait until that point.
Okay.
I'm not going to play it before then because it's not good.
It's like a 2. Whatever. Moving
Yeah.
on.
It is a match.
Courser of Fix. 1 and 2 green for a 2/4. Enchantment creature Centaur. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play the top card of your library if it's a land card. Whatever land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life.
Yes, please.
This card is insane in draft and sealed. It smooths your draws. You always make your land drops.
Not always.
Well,
It helps.
usually. Like,
It's
it
gonna
does
help.
it does provide the opponent with information that's true, but also like you just get to play with like 8 cards in hand. A lot of the time, like you just get to go like you get to like not draw lands off the top late game, which is gigantic.
Yes. You play them off the top instead.
Like you can just like play land like oh it doesn't add to your to the amount of lands you can play per turn, does it?
Yes, it does.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So you can just play like 5 lands in a row if you add
No,
them?
no, no. It adds to it. You have to. It counts as your land drop.
Yeah, so you can't play land from your hand, can you?
No, if you play it off the top, you can't play it from
Okay.
your hand.
This card's really good. Play it if you're in green. Play this
It's
card.
it's a 2/4 for 3, which
Which
is
is good.
fine, and then it
Which is
has
good
the added
body.
ability of you will have better draws on
Yeah,
average.
which is really good. Which is really really good.
Even if it gives your opponent information, who cares? You have better draws than them. So unless they're blue, in which case, yeah.
Um,
Courser.
I really like how they designed this card and like giving green pseudo draw but not really that good, and there's a drawback, and I like it. I think it works really well.
Yeah, this is meant to be in a blue green deck.
Um,
Just
I don't think.
it is the Courser of Crew Fix. It's supposed to be in a blue-green deck.
Yep. Uh, next one to you.
What are we gonna give this, a 5.5?
Oh no. This is like a 6.5.
I don't think it's
Well,
that
it's
high.
6. It's a 6. It's definitely. It's really good.
Next, Culling Mark. 3 for a sorcery. Target creature blocks this turn if able.
Eh?
Pseudo removal.
Pseudo removal, but you end up 2 for yourself a lot.
Not
Like
always.
if you if you're like making a creature block a card that like is bigger than it anyway, why do you care?
Because maybe you're making them block with the Sedge Scorpion against your bear, so that next turn you can swing in your giant thing.
But that's still a 2 for 1.
It's a 2 for 1, and sometimes 2 for 1s are necessary.
Sometimes 2 for 1s are necessary, but they're never good.
Yeah. As with all green removal.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 4.
Yeah.
Maybe even a 3.5. Like there are corner cases where you want to board this in. Like if you are attacking with a Sedge Scorpion and you want your opponent's Nessian Asp to block it or whatever, do it up.
Yep. Anyway, moving on to the next one.
Faded Intervention, 2 and 3 green. For an instant, put 2/3/3 green centaur enchantment creature tokens onto the battlefield. If it is your turn, scry 2. This card is very good.
It's in the only color that can actually handle doing this in a 2-color deck,
Yeah.
and it has the ability to end of their turn. Hey, there's 2/3/3s. My turn, swing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
The only thing is there are a lot of 2/4s in the format. So
But you get 2
a lot
centaurs.
of the time like it's not going to be as big a swing, but yeah, you do get 2 centaurs and it is like 6 power and 6 toughness for 5 mana. It's
And if you
spread
do it on
across
your turn, then you also get to scry too.
yeah. It's spread across 2 creatures so they can't just use 1 removal spell and kill it. It's a powerful card.
It's a card.
It's a card. Um it's probably around a 6
It is
to
definitely
me.
the best of the
Definitely,
Fadeds.
definitely. Yeah. Easily. Um I think it's very powerful.
Next up, we have Grave Robber Spider, which is
Uh
4 for 2/4 with
yeah, 4 for
reach,
2/4. Yep.
which is fine. That's totally fine. That's a giant spider.
Yeah.
But it's a giant spider with +X/+X for 3 and a black, where X is the number of creatures in your yard.
Phew.
Use once per turn.
Jeez. Alright.
It's
This card's good.
If you're in green black, this is a
Yeah.
card you want
Yeah,
because
this
you're
is
playing
the
the Nemesis of
card
Mortals
for
deck.
you. Yeah.
Nemesis of Mortals deck, hello. I
Yes.
foresee this being a very strong card.
Even a 2/4 like reach for 4 is not bad.
I foresee this card being the bane of my existence playing Flyers.
Yeah, this card is very, very good.
Like
Usually
Nessian Asp, this is going to suck.
a lot of times in formats where there is a spider like this, it's so good.
Yep,
Um,
this is a good card.
yeah, like aggro strategies beware.
Yes, this is like if you're in green black, this is like a 6. If you're not in green black, it's a 5. If you're in green.
Definitely, definitely. Also, depending on the deck you're up against, if you're up against the Flyers deck, this card is insane. If you're not up against the Flyers deck, it's less good, but it's also just still good. Just play this.
Yes.
Just play this card.
Your turn.
Hero of Lena Tower is a 1/1 for 1 green. Human, relevant. Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets hero, you may pay X. If you do put X 1/1 counters on Hero of Lena Tower.
I think they made a
Oh,
human Hydra accidentally. I think that's what
yeah,
happened.
yeah. This card's good. This card
Hey,
is
I
very
accidentally
good.
God's Willing, and then I paid 6, and now it's a 7/7.
With
And now
Pro-Your
you're
colors,
dead? Yes.
yeah, that's it's really good. You have to like making them use removal on your one drop, and also giving you a mana sink late game is so good.
It's only a mana sink if you heroic it, but you're going to heroic it
Yeah, like
because
if you
it's awesome.
if you're the deck that wants to play this, you're gonna be able to roll this 9 times out of 10.
You're going to God's Willing this, and you're going to pump a ton of mana into it, and you're going to turn it sideways, and they're going to die.
Yeah,
I foresee that happening.
yeah. I think this card is incredible. 615 easily. This card's so good.
Yeah.
Good in the early game, good in the late game. Yeah.
Next up, we have Hunter's Prowess, which is 5 for sorcery that does until end of turn, target creature gets +3/+3 and gains and trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw that many cards.
Okay.
This is the thing that says my big guy is going to draw half my deck, and you're going to die unless you remove it or throw everything in front of it.
It's this card's very good.
It is very good.
It's gotta be very good. Like yeah, like it's just
Either they're going to have to use removal on the creature, or they're going to have to throw all their dudes in front of it, or they're going to let you draw a bunch of cards.
yeah.
So
I think Warrior's Lesson is better than this card. That's my guess.
well, this one draws more than one card potentially.
In theory.
In theory, it also
For
demands
5 mana sorcery.
yes, but it also demands either removal or a multi-block.
So does Warrior's Lesson. A lot of the time. Like Warrior's Lesson is just a very good card.
This
Um
demands this can turn.
this is different though.
This is either a 2-for-1 against you or like a 5-for-1 in your favor.
Yeah, this does open you up to 2 for 1s. It's true.
But I think
But
that
also
over the long haul, I think
yeah.
that playing it outweighs not playing it.
Yeah, I would play this card in every green deck I've ever drafted.
This is a first pick material.
I think so. That's my
It's on the
you,
edge of first pick material, I think.
it depends. I think against aggro decks you want to side this out. Like don't be afraid to like side this out.
Yes, but if you're in a green deck, you want this lovely card.
Yeah, if you're in a green deck, if you're playing against a control deck or a mid-range deck where you're trying to grind out advantage, this is the card for you. But if you're against like the aggro, like mono white, blue white, red white deck, get it out of there. This
Yep.
card's not good in those situations. But when it's good, it's gonna be a blowout.
It's going to be really good.
Yeah,
I'd say a 6, probably 5.5 to 6.
yeah. When it's good, it's probably gonna be a 6.5. I would guess. Um,
Next up, we have
Karametra's Favor. 1 and a green for an enchantment. Enchant creature. When Karametra's Favor enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. This
I'm
is
okay with
interesting.
this one, actually.
Yeah, I like it. It draws a card. It pays for like half of its cost.
And it mana
Comes down
fixes.
early. Yeah, it mana fixes. I don't mind it.
I'll play it.
It's basically Nylia's presence that enables Inspired, which is cool.
It enables Inspired, it enables Heroic, and it replaces itself like Nyla's Presence, and yeah.
Yeah,
It's good.
I like it.
It's probably better than Nylia's Presence, actually.
Yeah, probably. You're up.
Alright, what are we going to give this one?
5.
5.
Probably a 5, yeah. 5 is about right. It doesn't do anything on its own, though, is the thing. Like, it just enables you to, like, do what your deck wants to do more.
Yep. Slight ramp. Let's see. Mischief and Mayhem. It is a 5-cost sorcery. Up to 2 target creatures each get +4/+4.
This card is interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I feel exactly the same way. I do not know. It's one of those cards that's hard to place because, on the one hand, double heroic swing, yeah.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it's 5
Like-
mana for a sorcerer.
Like, in a lot of situations, it's going to be a 2-for-1.
No, it's not.
No, like for you, like in
Oh
your
yeah,
favor.
2 for 1 for you. Yeah.
But
It does target 2 creatures,
yeah.
so that limits the 2 for 1 against you because
Also, like, it just enables you to Alpha Strike.
Yeah.
Like this does 8 damage on its own, and if they're like swinging for like 10, and you're like take it, and they have no follow up play, you're like play this, kill you.
Yep.
It's basically what Overrun did,
Yeah, it's a good card.
except less good. It's
Yeah.
not as good as Overrun.
It's a
It's
decent.
probably 6.
I don't think it's that good. I think it's just decent.
I think it's gonna play out to be that good, especially with like um Stone-Hearted Warrior and the Centaur Battlemaster. Like you just play this and they just die.
I think it's a 5.5. I don't think it's a 6 though.
We'll see.
We'll see. Anyway, I
5
think
and a
it's
half
you.
months for it. You can do the rest of these. I don't care.
All right. Mortal's Resolve. It's 2 for an instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 against indestructible until end of turn.
This is a combat trick, and
This
it's a
is
very
a
good
combat trick.
trick.
And it's a combat trick.
You know what? 1-for-1s with them most of the time. Sometimes you get a 2-for-1 out of it, but not often. It's a 5.5.
It's a typical pumpy spell.
Yeah, you're gonna play it. You're gonna be happy with it.
This
promise.
goes great with Gift of Immortality.
I guess.
Well, I know. I mean, like the guy there is kind of like the guy in the Gift of Immortality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mortal's Resolve, so it's like just a general dude. Alright, now we have Nessian Demlock. It is 5 for a 3/3 with Tribute 3. If you don't pay the tribute, destroy target non-creature permanent.
So it's 5 for a 6/6. I like this a lot. You get to destroy anything they have,
That is not a
you
creature.
or you just get a 6/6 for 5.
You get a 6/6, or you might destroy a land, or you might destroy an enchantment, or whatever.
Yeah. I think a lot of the time it's gonna read like destroy target non-creature permanent,
It
Which
does say
is-
non-creature permanent.
which is
well
good in a lot of situations. Probably sideboard, but depending upon like how many artifacts and enchantments are played,
Yep.
and how your deck shapes up, I would say most draft decks you leave this in the board.
It's a decent card. I mean,
Well-
it's a green guy that's gonna be trouble.
In theory, like you don't really get ahead by destroying their like 6 land drop.
Yeah, but you do get ahead destroying one of their enchantments.
Assuming they play any. In which case, like you just 2-for-1 them with like any spell anyway.
I guess. Let's see. I'm just gonna make it mediocre at like a 4.5 to 5 anyway. But
I'll
looks
I'll
like
go
fun.
4.5 on it. I think the effect is good when you want it to be.
let's see. Nessian Wild's Ravager. It's a Hydra. Hey, we found a Hydra.
Yep.
It is 6 for a 6/6 with Tribute 6. When it enters the battlefield, a tribute was not paid. It fights another creature.
Play this card all day. This card is insane. In
Yes.
limited.
Yes, it's
Um,
awesome.
It's
It is a card.
It's probably one of the best cards we've had today.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
would
card.
go, yeah, I would go so far as to say it's like a 7.5 limited.
Yep. It is a ridiculously good card.
Yeah, it's just like,
It's like a mythic, but not a mythic.
yeah, you either like have their like, if you have the removal spell for it, you just kill, like you just tribute it and you kill it. Um, it's one of those cards that when they have the removal spell, it's not that great, but when they don't have it, it's just so good.
Yep. But at least it's a here. Use a removal spell, please.
Yeah, like
Um,
it requires them to like use their sip of hemlock on it, you know.
yes. So next we have Noble Quarry, which is a 1/1 for 3. All creatures able to block it must, um, or enchanted creature, since it has bestow of 6. You stick this on like a Death Touch guy. Other than that, he's terrible.
Yeah, this effect isn't that great,
It can be a pseudo falter in a way. Like you can make him block all the dudes block this guy while you swing in with all your big dudes
but it's
and win the
never that
game.
good. Like I played a lot with these effects, and it's just never that good.
Nope.
I'm gonna give it 4.
Yep, I don't want him. All right. Next up, we have Nyxborn Wolf. I like wolves.
Hmm.
It's 3 for 3/1 with bestow of 5. That's it. Simple vanilla.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's all right. It's like a 4.5. It's not. It doesn't
No,
even pass the vanilla test.
it's probably a 5.
I don't think so.
There's a lot of advantage to be gained by bestowing a card. Like, there's a lot you can do with it. I like it. It's flexible.
I will not play it as a creature. I will play it as a bestow only.
Okay.
Next, we have Peregrination. It is 4 for sorcery to do the find 2 lands, 1 on the field, 1 in your hand. And I don't remember, and then scry. And I don't remember what the other one cost. But did it cost 3 or 4?
I don't remember.
Because I know one other one of these existed, and I don't remember what it's called because it's in my
Um.
EDH deck.
So this card lets you thin your deck for 4 mana.
It lets you ramp 1. It lets you scry 1. And it lets you
For 4 mana.
for 4 mana, and you have an extra land if you're missing a land drop. So on turn 5, you'd have 6 mana.
So if you are alive on turn 5 after casting this card, then you probably can win the game.
If it will actually, if you are hardcore ramping in the first place,
Yeah.
you could play this on turn 3, and then turn 4 have 6 mana,
Okay.
and then turn 6 you drop like Nessie and Asp because yeah,
Yeah, I
or
mean you could
Nemesis
do
of
that,
Walls.
but like if you're like really hardcore ramping, you could do that. But other than that, don't play this card.
It's a nice EDH card though.
It is.
Let's see, Peregrination. I'll give it like a 4.5, something like that.
Yeah, 3.5 is probably where I'm at with this, but whatever.
Ferris Band Raiders. It is a 6 for a 5/5 with Inspired, and Inspired is pay 3, put a 3/3.
6 for 5/5 isn't bad. There aren't a lot of things in the set that are like that big. Um, it kills Nessie and Asp, which is huge. Putting a 3/3 green centaur creature token onto the battlefield for 3 is good. I like it.
Yep, it is a 5/5. It must be dealt with, and if you don't deal with it, it will have little dudes.
Yeah,
It'll
it's
become very much like
5.5
a.
to 6.
Yep, 5.5 to 6. Where is that card? Ferris Band. You're an uncommon. There we are.
Now time for the best green common in limited.
Ferris Band Tromper. It is a 3/3 for 4 with the inspired of awesomeness to put a +1/+1 on it.
Yep.
Each turn it will get bigger and bigger
Just like,
and
deal
bigger.
with this card. Did you deal with it yet? Alright, deal with this card. Like, this card's very good.
And green has the total opportunity to drop this on turn 3.
Yeah, green is probably going to be the color in Born of the Gods Theros.
Maybe.
I'm predicting that right now.
Well, it needs more removal. That's the problem. It does not.
It has...
If you're in green-red, yes.
Nestian Asp, Ferris Van Tromper, Nestian Courser. It's so good.
I think green-red is going to be the right place to be.
Probably.
I like green-red.
I think this
green-blue's not
card's...
bad either.
This card's probably like a 6.
Yeah, it's a really good card.
Yeah, it is.
It's the best common in the set, I think.
Best common green. I'm not sure if I like this or I don't remember what the other one was, but
Anyway, this is Raised by Wolves. It's 5 for an aura, and when it comes in the battlefield, put 2/2 green wolf creature tokens on the battlefield. Enchanter creature gets +1/+1 for each wolf.
this is interesting.
It's flavor because this is the founding of Rome.
Yeah, Romulus and Remus.
Yep,
Sure.
that's the whole point.
Yep.
But aside from that, it's not really that good.
I'm not sure. Like, so
Like,
you
there's
pay
like what, 2
5.
wolves or 1 wolf in this entire set?
You pay 5 for
+2,
4
+2,
power, 4 toughness, right?
and a +2/+2.
And +2/+2 on to an enchanted creature. I think this card's good.
I don't think it's that good. I think it's easily dealt with for the 5 mana you sunk into it.
So you pay 5 for like 6 power and 6 toughness, but it's spread across 3 creatures. So like,
Well, it's also easily 2 for 1, and you get nothing. Because it's an enchant creature, so you can just remove the creature, bye creature, bye aura, no two wolves.
but I mean, you don't have to do it into open mana. And like, I think a lot of the time it's gonna be like a 1-for-1 with some residual value. I'm gonna give it a 5.5.
I'm going to give it a 4.5, so we'll meet it in the middle. 5.
Okay.
Next up, I'm trying to finish quickly here because I do have things to do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next up, we have Seder Wayfinder. It's 2 for 1/1, and when it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put a land card from amongst them into your hand, put the rest in your graveyard. This is
Beautiful.
for green black.
No,
This is
this is for anything. Like, paying 2, mill the top 4, put a land, like, you just get land drops. You just never miss your third land drop, ever.
This is also better in green black, though.
Sure, okay, but if you're playing a green deck and you have this guy, play him. You'll just never miss your third land drop, ever.
I give him like a 5, though.
He's better than Voyage Consider in Limited.
I
For
don't think
sure.
so.
For sure. Definitely. Well, maybe not.
I think he's a 5.
I think it's probably a 5.5. Like, the ability to just, like, hit land drops is really good.
Hey, second Hydra.
Also, like, if you see, like, a patch of lands, he's really good. I don't know.
Anyway, so Scourge of Skull of Ale. 3 for trample, comes in with 2 counters, so it's a 2/2 for 3 with trample. And it has tap, sacrifice creature, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness.
Okay, this creature is insane.
Mm-hmm.
You just void all their burn. They need an actual removal spell to deal with it. while this is on the field, anything that they might try to use on another creature is terrible. This
This
card is
this has to be removed first before anything else
yeah,
gets
this
removed.
card is insane. I think this is standard playable.
I'm trying to remember which one the green rare is. I think it's either this one or it's the hero, and I don't remember.
I don't think it's this one. I think this one is standard. All the way.
No, I mean the promo card. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the hero,
Yeah.
or it's this one, and I don't remember.
I don't think it's this one. I think this card is $20.
It's gonna be what?
$20 easily.
Hmm.
Card is so good.
I don't know.
But in limited 6.5, 7 easily. Play this card.
Yep, because it voids removal, and that's
It's
important.
it voids removal. It helps out. Like it makes all your inspired cards that much better. All your
Alright.
like tap or untap effects.
Next, we have to go on. Sorry.
Yeah,
Cetizen Oathsworn. It is a 3 for a 1/1 with the heroic ability of putting 2+1s on it.
yeah. This is good.
Yep, it's good. It's
6.
a card.
It's a 6.
Yep. Easily
Easily.
removed, but so much upside.
Yeah.
Cetizen Starbreaker. 4 for a 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy target aura.
I don't know. It.
It's a 2/1 for 2 plus a destroy target aura for 2.
Nah. 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 I think there are better ways to deal with auras in this format. Maybe not in green, but I assume in green.
It's like a 4.5. I think. Like, there will
Yeah.
be times where you will use this, and you will
Yeah.
love the fact that you have it.
Yep.
Sky Reaping, 2 sorcery, deals damage equal to creature with flying, to each creature with flying equal to your devotion to green. Love it.
It's a really good sideboard card.
Sideboard, anti-flyers, wrath. Yay.
Like Sky. What's the one? The one from Theros that does this.
It does 7, I think, right?
Yeah, that card's just strictly better than this card.
Well, this does to all flyers. Each creature with flying.
Yeah, I don't.
So in green, so you deal like 3 damage to each flyer or 4 damage to each flyer. That's like,
Yeah.
it kills every flyer.
That's pretty good. I agree.
And it doesn't target, so you can hit like Prognostic Sphinx and stuff.
Yep.
I give this like a 5.5 because it's premium anti-flyer removal.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have. Go ahead, because I'm trying to scroll back.
Snake of the Golden Grove. It's 4 in green for a 4/4. With tribute 3. With tribute wasn't paid. You gain 4 life, so you have a 4/4.
So you have a 4/4 for 5 with 4 extra life.
Which is bad. I
It's
think
a 4/4 for
I
5.
think it's a 4/4 for 5 in a format where like Nemesis of Mortals and Messianas are like the standards.
Yep.
So it doesn't
It's like a 4 and
it,
4.5.
it gets eaten by both of those cards. Yeah, this card is 4 easily. It's don't play it. I wouldn't.
Swordwise Centaur. It is a 3/2 for 2. That is just good.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's like a 5.5 because it's better than vanilla.
Somewhat, yeah.
If
It's
you're playing green, you'll play it. And then here's this lovely card, Unravel the Ether.
AKA green does not have an answer for gods.
Well, it did. Now it has another one
Yeah,
that's way more better costed.
yeah.
This is a great way to deal with shit. So, green, deal with enchants.
Play this card.
Yep.
It's probably main deckable, actually.
It is because you like they're swinging in. They're like, "Ha! I just enchanted with the Cavern Lampad, right?"
Uh-huh.
And you're like, "Nope, block dead. Yay!"
Yep.
So, it's a good card. It's like 5.5, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice card. All right. Next up, we have Chromanticore.
Oh, boy.
This card is not gonna be played because it sucks.
It's really good.
No, it's all 5 colors.
Yeah.
That's the problem. However,
Um.
if you can play it, then you get win.
So okay, I had an idea for this.
Yep.
You convince every person in whatever tournament you're gonna play in
Yeah.
that Chromanticore is a really good place to be in the format,
Yeah.
and then you play 4 Ashiok,
Yeah.
and you just mill it and play it.
Yep. Chromanticore is an EDH card, if I've ever seen one.
It depends upon the mana fixing we get next block.
Um, I think this is also a reference to the next block, which might be a very multicolored set. I don't know.
I was wondering if they might go back to like
Shards type tile.
shards, yeah.
That's what I was thinking when I saw this, because like I was thinking
Yeah.
back to Return to Ravnica and Gatecrash and stuff, and seeing like Minotaurs and stuff sort of hinting at this set. So this might be a hint towards the next set potentially.
I'm hoping they go back to Lorwyn. Lorwyn was badass.
There's this though, like it is all 5 colors for a 4/4 flying for strike, vigilance, trample, and lifelink.
The card is so good.
If you can cast it, you win. If you can't cast it,
Yeah.
Actually, it might be possible to play this in sealed or draft if you go heavily green and go all the fixing.
I'm never gonna do it.
I'm not going to do it
On
either.
to the next
It's
one.
possible. I'm going to laugh when I see somebody do this. By itself, if you can play it, it's like a 10, but you're not going to play it, so it's like a 6, 5. In draft, it's like a 2 because you're never going to play it.
You're never gonna play this card. If you get it off, it's really good. If it's in your deck and you can't play it, which is gonna happen a lot, it's gonna be terrible.
It's a 2 in draft.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have Ifara, God of the Polis. 4 for a god, which means indestructible. And for the new gods, you need to have devotion of to white and blue combined of 7 or more for it to be a creature. This one has, at the beginning of each upkeep, if you had another creature enter the battlefield last turn, you may draw a card.
I don't know. If you can play it on turn 4 without dying, then it's really good.
Yeah, but it's in blue-white, which wants to be heroic, which means you don't want to be playing this.
Yeah.
Probably.
Unless there's a control deck, which there's probably not, but whatever.
Yep. Give it like a 4. I don't want to play it.
Yeah, 4.5. Anyway, go. Next one.
Next one up is... I have to scroll all the way back and go down. Ifara's Enlightenment, which is 3 for enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Creature has flying. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may return it, so you can play it again, and again, and again, and again. Heroic Enabler.
Yeah.
Heroic Enabler gives flying.
It
and
does
is
it does interesting things.
I
I'm
think
gonna
it's a
give
decent card.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 5.
It's one of the better, like, legit straight up enchantments I've seen in this
Yeah.
set. So
Yeah, 5.5 definitely.
it's a decent card. Fanatic of Xenagos. It's 3 for a 3/3 with trample, which also
Yep.
has tribute 1. And if tribute is not paid, it gets +1/+1 and haste until end of turn. So either you're going to deal with a 4/4 or you're going to deal with a 4/4 with haste. That goes
Well,
to 3/3 at the end of the turn.
yeah, you either like have removal for it later or you have it doesn't seem very good to me.
It doesn't seem very good. It's a 3/3 for 3 with trample. And you're telling me that's bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying number 1, it's double colored in the first pack. Number 2, like it says you either like have a removal spell this turn or you have a way to deal with it next turn.
Yeah.
It gives them a choice, neither of which are particularly backbreaking.
But both of which suck at the 3 spot. To have to
In
make.
theory, yeah.
So I think that it's a decent card, and
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
think that it is certainly a very playable card.
Yeah, it's playable. It's decent. Um,
And we are at, where is it? Fanatic of Xenagos. I think I'll give it a 5.5. I like
yeah,
this thing.
that sounds right.
Next, we're at Karametra, the Terrible God. 5 for Indestructible. And whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for forest or plains and put it on the battlefield tapped.
Uh,
He's not good. She's not good.
um, in sealed, if you open her, you get to thin your deck out of lands,
Eventually.
which makes your draws better.
Eventually. It
Not the
costs
worst.
5, so the earliest you can do it is like turn 6.
But also, like, there's a large chance that you play it and then turn it on next turn because you're playing green white. I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be one of the easier gods to turn on, but 4.5.
yeah, I think it's an easier god to turn on, but I don't think it's a very good god overall.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if you can turn it on, great. If you can't turn it on, then well, its ability is just not good. So either you turn it
Yeah,
on or you don't care.
I wouldn't pay 5 for it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll give it a 4.5. I think. Next up, we have Kiora, the Crashing
Oh,
Wave.
God.
It's 4 for a planeswalker named Kiora. +1 to it comes in with 2 loyalty, which is significant. There's a reason it was 2 loyalty, by the way, which I think you'll see very shortly. So +1 until your next turn, prevent all damage that be dealt to and by target permanent and opponent controls. That's sweet. -1, draw a card. You may play an additional land this turn. Also pretty sweet. And -5, you get an emblem that says at the beginning of your turn, beginning of your end step, put a 9/9 blue Kraken creature token on the battlefield.
So this card's very good.
Yeah, I think it reads wait 3 turns, win the game.
Yeah, in limited.
In limited, 3 turns is your clock.
In standard, it's not gonna see play until after Jace leaves.
It might see play in a blue green deck though,
I don't
like a
think
blue green creature deck. You don't think so?
I don't think it's ever good in a spot where Jace isn't better.
Well, I mean, like in the Prophet of Krufix style thing, it might be there.
I still don't think that deck's very good, but
Well, it might be eventually.
maybe. I don't think it's he's playing until after rotation, but I think in limited it's outstanding. 8
Yep.
easily. Like the ability to just like 4 mana, that doesn't deal damage. Good luck.
Yep. All right. Next, we have Kiora's Follower, which is
Yep.
untapped target permanent, also known as "Hey, that says inspired. I will make it happen now."
Yeah, Hero's Holler is really good.
2/2
Really,
for
really good.
2, with the added ability, and it's another permanent, which means you can ramp with this guy, you can trigger inspired with this guy, you
You
can
can Kiki Jiki combo with this guy.
you
You
can do
can,
a lot of things with this guy, and he's going to
yeah,
be a lovely thing that you will want to have multiples of even after this thing rotates because people want them.
6.5 easily unlimited.
Yes, great, great card. All right, next up we
Oh, the
have
best god in the world.
Fenax. Is that where we're at? Or
No, we're at
Mogus?
Mogus.
Mogus. Mogus, God of Slaughter. 4 for a god. That's a 7/5 if you make him a dude, which doesn't really matter because at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that they take 2 damage or sack creature.
Yep,
And that is just awesome.
yep,
And that is the best god.
yeah.
Probably.
Well, in limited
Xenagos
and
is really good too.
constructed, yeah, he is. But in limited and constructed, play this guy if you're black red.
I just gave him a 9 because he's just broken. I like him.
Yeah, I don't think he's that broken.
In
Like,
in limited, like you get him, you win.
there are ways to deal with gods, and you could like race 2 damage. Like, it's I think he's very good. I think there are ways around him. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I don't think he's as good as Kiora.
Yeah. All right. So next we have Phoenix, and Phoenix is the god that mills and costs 5 and stuff. And creatures you control read. If they haven't tapped this turn, they will mill you. No.
I don't care.
In limited, he's great actually.
Um,
I think so. Like, because you play a bunch of. You're playing blue, which has a lot of big butts, and you're playing black, which has a lot of big butts.
yeah, I mean, if that's your game plan, that's your game plan.
Because when he comes on the field, literally, when it's the end of your opponent's turn, you turn all the guys that weren't tapped sideways, and they mill half their deck, and then you do it again, and they're dead.
Yeah, I agree. He seems really good and limited. I don't think he's as good as Mogus.
He's not as good as Mogus or Xenagos, I don't think, but he's good. And I would
Yeah,
say that he's like 6.5. I'll
probably a
play him.
7. He's really good.
Next, we have Ragemonger. 3 for a 2/3. That says Minotaurs cost 1 black and 1 red less to cast.
I don't know.
This seems like silly.
Yeah, this seems good though.
Because remember, if you have 2 of these, you can cast them both for 4 mana.
Yeah, that's true.
And then if you have anything that is just like a black and a red for a creature that's a Minotaur, you can just like toss them out of your hand for free.
Mm-hmm.
And that's broken.
He's interesting. I don't know how good he's going to be. Really, like realistically, I think he's probably just like a 5.
Yeah, he's a 5. Yeah.
But there's a lot of potential for this in future sets to work with.
Yes. Now, Reap What Is Sown. Pay 3, make 3 counters on up to 3
Yeah.
target creatures. So it's either +1 on 1 creature, +1 on 2 different creatures, or +1 to each of 3 creatures. So
It's an instant. It's gonna blow people out in the first weeks, and then
and it's a heroic
it's
trigger.
gonna be fun. Yeah.
Green white heroic.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I think it's good. It's a card. Reap
Yep.
What Is Sown. I will give it a 6 because it's awesome.
Yeah, 5.5 to 6.
Siren of the Silent Song. It is 3 for 2 on Flyer with Inspired, and when it becomes untapped, each opponent discards a card and then puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard.
Mm,
So discard and mill 1 Inspired.
and it's all right.
It's a flyer. It'll get there. Like, most of the time your opponents won't be playing flyers, and you'll
Yeah.
turn this sideways, and they'll discard a card, and
Mhm.
they'll be very sad. It's just average, though. I think like a 5-ish card.
Yeah.
Alright. Next
Probably.
up,
Xenagos is really good. Really, really good. He might be better than Mogus. You're right.
Xenagos says, well, it's 5. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, another target creature gets. Yes, that's target, though, but not that it matters, because it's not a spell being cast. Gets +X until end turn where X is that creature's power. So it just doubles its power and adds that power to its toughness, which is nuts.
Yep.
Because
Real
if
good.
you thought that Vulpine Goliath was good, well, now it's really, really good.
Yeah. This card's great. This card is really good.
It's as good as Mogus, I think.
It might be better.
Now we have the lovely artifacts, Astral Cornucopia, which is horrible.
Yep. Don't play it.
It's 3 for ramp 1. That's what it says. So where to go? I'm gonna give this like a 2 because it's not good. It's a rare, which is even worse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next we have Gorgon's Head. Gives things Death Touch, and that's equipment.
Meh. Meh.
You don't have to sacrifice it, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's an uncommon, so we'll see a few of those. So I would give this a 4.5.
Yeah, that seems right.
Next up
Um,
is Hero's Podium. Each legendary
uh,
creature gets +1/+1 for each other legendary creature you control.
don't. It's a 0. Don't play this unlimited.
Yes, it's just not
It's
good.
EDH though. EDH is great.
Yes.
Pillar of War.
I like this one actually,
I
Pillar of
like
War.
it. Yeah.
It's a 3/3 for 3 with Defender, and if you enchant it, it doesn't have Defender anymore.
Yep. I like it.
Yep. I'd give it a 5 because I think it's just sort of average.
5.5. I think it's gonna be better than that, but
And I think we have two more things here.
yep.
Alright. Siren Song Lyre, which has. Equipped creature has 2 tap to tap target creature.
Yeah, it's
Potential Inspired Enabler,
yeah,
potential Get Through Enabler.
yeah. It's not terrible, but
It's
it's
not
pretty
good
bad.
either. It's like a
And
4,
yeah, and then Springleaf Drum, which is Springleaf Drum.
which is a Springleaf Drum. But
I don't know. It enables inspired sort of
and it can ramp ish.
ish on turn one. Use Springleaf Drum. It's not good, but it's not bad.
Well, it
4.
is any color, so it can help you fix if you need to.
Yeah, maybe 4.5.
Yeah, I was just gonna go to 4 anyway. It's not very good. Then we have the 3 lands because we don't get all 4 this time, or all 5. We have the blue white, the black red, and the green white.
Bant colors.